Alright, fam, your boy's back with a wild update that's shaking up the hip-hop world. Today, we're unpacking the intense back and forth between Memphis rapper Finesse2Tymes and NBA YoungBoy, a showdown packed with everything from sliding into DMs to family drama, threats, and even guns pulled in the heat of it all. Plus, a recent buzzworthy drunk livestream just stoked these flames again. So, let's set the scene. This feud kicks off over something as classic and complicated in rap drama as ever a woman. Finesse2Tymes openly admitted to liking photos of one of YoungBoy's baby mamas on TikTok. Now, while social media flirting might seem harmless outside the rap world, in this arena, respect is king. Even a simple love tap on a picture can be taken as a serious challenge. Finesse was upfront about his mindset. He was playing the game, appreciating an attractive woman, nothing deeper. But YoungBoy saw it differently. To him, this was a direct hit on his pride, his relationships, and his status. What made it worse? YoungBoy was locked down on house arrest in Utah at the time, likely feeling isolated and on edge, so the perceived disrespect hit harder. Instead of settling things quietly, YoungBoy took to social media to call out Finesse, letting the whole world witness the fallout. His messages were raw, accusing, and filled with heat, a clear signal that this beef wasn't cooling off anytime soon. The aggressive back and forth isn't just about likes or social posts. It's personal, involving real family ties and threats that cross the line. This saga shows how in the rap game, even small actions online can explode into full-blown conflicts with serious stakes, especially when egos, loyalty, and reputations are on the line. No friendly vibes here. YoungBoy made it clear from the jump. His words weren't just dismissive. They carried a venom that escalated the whole situation beyond a typical rap spat. YoungBoy didn't limit his anger to Finesse2Tymes himself. He dragged family into the fire, crossing a line that's sacred in street culture. In a shocking move, YoungBoy took to his Instagram story to threaten Finesse's mother directly, saying he'd hit your mama with that chopper. Threatening an innocent family member, especially someone's mother, breaks one of the oldest unspoken rules in any kind of conflict. It's a step that turns any exchange of words into something far more severe, making it not just about pride but survival. This threat lit a fuse. Finesse's brother, known as No Love, jumped into the fray fast. For him, family honor wasn't up for debate. He fired back online with sharp words aimed at YoungBoy and his crew, turning what started as a personal beef into a full-blown family war between Memphis and Baton Rouge. When asked about what really went down between YoungBoy and Finesse's people, someone close to the situation explained it like this. The tension sparked over some online arguments, and then YoungBoy suddenly erupted, shouting threats while popping off the couch. "I eat your mama with that chopper." It was wild and raw, showing how quickly things spiraled. Amid all this, the person also noted, "We got the same mama, homie," hinting at complicated family bonds tangled in the drama. Right away, I was on full defense mode. When I spoke on his people, I meant every word, no backing down. Even now, I stand by what I said. There's no playing around when it comes to respect and loyalty. But what happened next shows just how quickly online beef can spill out into the real world with dangerous consequences. No Love found himself in Baton Rouge, which is basically enemy ground, dealing with his own business. By chance, as he was leaving a building, he crossed paths with someone from NBA YoungBoy's crew, someone you could miss, flashing that pricey NBA chain. The confrontation fired up immediately. The crew member wasn't subtle, asking No Love straight up if he was the one disrespecting their crew online. No Love didn't flinch. Instead, he doubled down, owning his words with no signs of weakness. Still, the guy's shaky jaw gave away his nerves, despite trying to act tough. Tension skyrocketed when the crew member said he was going to get something from his car. Everyone knew what that meant. And sure enough, he came back with an AR-15, taking a stance by the curb while leveling serious threats about handling No Love for YoungBoy. No Love recalled the moment clearly. That dude's jaw was trembling, looking all unsure and sneaky. I was checking his waistline and mine too, keeping alert. When he confronted me about what I said about his people, I opened my back door, stood my ground, and said, Yeah, I said it.
I stand by it.
And I won't back down. This intense encounter is proof that in these waters, words online can turn into real-life standoffs, where pride, loyalty, and danger collide. I could tell he was connected to YoungBoy just by that flashy chain he was wearing. From the jump, I knew exactly where this was heading. The guy started getting heated, throwing threats like, "YoungBoy gonna kill you out here." But I wasn't fazed. Then he said he was going to his car to get something. A clear sign he was reaching for a weapon. I kept my eyes on him because if he wanted to start something, he was standing right there with a young kid who looked barely 17. The tension was real, but the guy didn't move aggressively at first. Instead, he headed to the car and pulled out an AR-15, setting himself up on the curb and making loud threats. Even with a rifle pointed at him, No Love stayed cool. He's no stranger to weapons. He's faced threats from family members too, so this wasn't new territory. He later reflected that people who are truly ready to resort to violence don't waste time talking or threatening, they act. The affiliate's shaky nerves and empty threats revealed a lack of real experience with danger. After a tense few seconds, No Love walked away safe and sound. He believes if this guy had actually been serious about causing harm, things would have ended very differently. This incident peeled back the curtain on the difference between YoungBoy's crew's tough online image and how ready they actually are to handle real street confrontations. In a twist, this near-violent moment didn't spiral further. Instead, it helped pave the way for some peace. Finesse shared that after some back-channel talks through mutual industry contacts, both parties came to understand that fighting over a woman, who would choose for herself anyway, wasn't worth risking their lives over. Finesse displayed significant personal growth and maturity when he chose to remove the social media post that initially ignited the conflict with NBA YoungBoy. This decision painted a clear picture of a man who understands the consequences of letting emotions dictate actions, especially in a high-profile and volatile environment like the rap industry. By taking down the post, Finesse made it evident that he wasn't someone who lets feelings over relationships or disputes cloud his judgment. Instead, he embraced the mindset of a player, someone who moves strategically and doesn't get caught up emotionally. This approach speaks volumes about Finesse's awareness of what truly matters. In the intense world of hip-hop beefs and social media battles, it can be easy to become consumed by ego and personal grievances, but Finesse saw beyond that. He recognized that risking one's freedom or even life over something as unpredictable as a woman's choice doesn't make logical or practical sense. Women, like anyone else, have autonomy and will ultimately make their own decisions regardless of outside interference or drama. Fighting over them is, in many ways, fighting a losing battle. More than just individual growth, this decision also reflected a mutual understanding between two prominent rappers. Both Finesse and NBA YoungBoy realized that the continuation of their beef would only stall their careers and limit their potential. In an industry driven by momentum and public perception, ongoing hostility can become a distraction that eats away at focus and productivity. By agreeing to put their differences aside, they open the door to refocus their energy on what truly matters: their music and their personal growth. Agreeing to bury the hatchet demonstrated an understanding that in the long run, respect and leadership in the rap game come from what you build, not just what you fight over. It's a reminder to fans and other artists alike that distinction and success often come through maturity and the ability to navigate conflict calmly and wisely. It's about knowing when a beef has run its course and when it's time to move beyond it. Furthermore, this truce brought a necessary pause in what could have spiraled into continuous hostility with potentially serious consequences. The rap game has a history riddled with rivalries that escalate beyond music, sometimes leading to real-world violence. The choice to back down from the edge of a conflict, especially in a world amplified by social media, shows Finesse's growth as an individual who values his craft and his life more than momentary pride or provocation. Often, social media serves as a magnifying glass for conflict, turning small slights into public battles that spiral out of control. Finesse's decision to take control of his narrative by removing the post offered an example of how digital responsibility can play a crucial role in conflict resolution. It highlighted the importance of pausing before reacting, recognizing the long-term repercussions of online actions and choosing respect over retaliation. In summary, Finesse2Tymes' removal of the incendiary post marked a turning point that reflected true maturity and strategic thinking. It showed a man who understands that in the volatile mix of relationships, reputations, and social media, the smartest move is often to step back rather than escalate. In doing so, both he and NBA YoungBoy demonstrated that even amid fierce competition, it's possible to set differences aside and prioritize career growth and personal advancement. This maturity not only benefits their own futures, but also serves as a lesson to artists and fans navigating the complex world of modern hip-hop. That ceasefire lasted a few months, until recently, when Finesse2Tymes went live on social media, visibly intoxicated and clearly unsettled. Almost immediately, the comments got flooded with "Why be better" messages, classic trolling from NBA YoungBoy's fans aiming to rile him up. At first, Finesse2Tymes tried to ignore the barrage, attempting to steer the convo elsewhere. But with the relentless waves of "Why be better" spam, his patience finally snapped. Frustration boiled over as he questioned why people kept bringing up YoungBoy when he wanted to discuss other things. "Everybody knows why I'm like this. What's with all this? He's better talk. Get that out my live. You just hear copy-pasting 'Why be better' nonstop. Ain't you tired of that?" The trolling hit its mark perfectly. Finesse2Tymes started firing back, unleashing sharp, explicit responses directed at those spamming the comments. His language grew more graphic, revealing just how much those constant comparisons to YoungBoy were getting under his skin. Finesse2Tymes' behavior on that live stream grew more unhinged by the minute. He veered into strange territory, rambling about toothbrushes and bathroom routines, clear signs that intoxication was clouding his mind. In the background, his girlfriend appeared, and the tension between them simmered, adding another layer to his restless state. He openly griped about getting a purple toothbrush when he'd wanted another color, a small annoyance that took on way bigger importance under the influence. "Why'd you give me the purple one? I don't want that. I want the knife toothbrush. I need my Stanley toothbrush before I brush my teeth." His frustration poured out over something as minor as a toothbrush color, showing how alcohol was distorting his perspective. He even broke down the anger levels in their household from 1 to 5, explaining that he was at a level 4. That's when everything feels off, and his finger starts twitching with irritation. His girlfriend looked clearly fed up with the whole situation as their back and forth played out live, making the scene uncomfortable to watch. The tension really hit a peak when someone in the live chat brought up Pushy, another Memphis rapper who'd been going back and forth with NBA YoungBoy. Hearing about Pushy's recent disses triggered something in Finesse2Tymes' already intoxicated mind, linking back to his own unresolved issues with YoungBoy. "I just saw being done and Pushisty all on that live. This is straight rage bait, fam.
Just learned about this."
"Young Shy, if you're listening, don't fall for that," Finesse2Tymes warned. Despite the escalating heat, Finesse2Tymes made it known he wasn't scared of any fallout. "I'd rather die than be disrespected," he declared, emphasizing that he wasn't about to let drama over a woman be his downfall. That mindset revealed just how ready he was to face whatever came next after reigniting the beef. He also tackled rumors about his finances, bragging that he charges $250,000 for features and isn't struggling for money. This was a direct shot at anyone suggesting he was trading on YoungBoy's name for attention or financial gain. His hostility was coming from a place of pride, not desperation. What makes this beef flare up again is not just the conflict itself, but the timing and circumstances surrounding it. NBA YoungBoy is currently stuck under house arrest, limiting his freedom to respond or move around. Meanwhile, Finesse2Tymes is pushing hard to elevate his status in the rap game. Some critics wonder if he's capitalizing on YoungBoy's name to grab attention and boost his own profile. The psychological side here is especially intriguing. Earlier, Finesse2Tymes showed maturity by calling off the feud and even giving respect to YoungBoy as an artist. He had even talked about potentially signing with Yo Gotti, praising him as a true boss. But the combination of intoxication and relentless trolling turned all that progress into ashes quickly. Social media has completely transformed how rap conflicts play out. Back in the day, Battles happen behind closed doors or through carefully released diss tracks. Now, with live streams and instant reactions, artists face non-stop pressure from fans who watch every moment unfold in real time. The YB Better trolling technique is a prime example of this psychological warfare. YoungBoy's fans know that constantly comparing other rappers to their favorite star is a surefire way to provoke emotional responses, especially when the target is vulnerable, like when they're drunk on a live stream. This tactic worked perfectly on Finesse. Finesse's reaction reveals the intense competitive pressures modern rappers face. Even after officially ending a beef, being bombarded by thousands of fans claiming your former rival is better can reopen wounds of disrespect and bruised pride. It's like psychological torture disguised as fan loyalty. This conflict also taps into the regional pride between Memphis and Baton Rouge. Memphis rap culture deeply values loyalty and standing up against outsiders. When Finesse called for Memphis unity, he was invoking this sense of hometown allegiance and collective defense. Pushisti's role complicates things further. His own beef with YoungBoy gave Finesse a reason to jump back into the conflict, framing his involvement not as a personal grudge, but as support for his city's rep. That allowed him to package his hostility in terms of loyalty rather than vendetta. Finally, alcohol played a big part. Intoxication removes the mental brakes that usually keep people from saying things they regret. While Finesse's sober self had acted wisely by ending the beef, his drunk self couldn't resist reacting to the ongoing provocations. As this drama unfolds, a few key questions hang in the air. Will YoungBoy choose to fire back at Finesse's latest disrespect, or will he stay focused on handling his legal troubles? When Finesse sobers up, will he hold firm to his aggressive stance, or attempt to backtrack on his words? And ultimately, how will this reignited beef shape the careers and public images of both artists? This entire saga underscores a crucial reality of today's social media-driven world. Conflicts rarely have a clean ending. Digital platforms constantly offer chances for old disputes to resurface, whether through trolling, misunderstandings, or lapses in judgment. Finesse2Tymes' recent actions are a reminder that even the most composed and mature artists can fall into impulsive behavior, reigniting fights they had once wisely put to rest.